I'm right, and I know I'm right. You're wrong. Dumb, 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 dumb. You're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb.
So Elphaba, the notorious UK Lolcow, is once again in a load of terrible scandals, crashing out on TikTok daily at this point to try and claw back any form of relevancy. Faking depression, ADHD, autism and sepsis are just a few things we're going to cover today, as well as the usual of her begging for the life of her on TikTok Live for money, as well as multiple instances of her harming herself and saying that she's going to be putting herself 6 foot under. It's insane to see. All of this proves that Elphaba is definitely one of the worst stains on social media. So hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I am Jake Baz, and today we are back to basics, as we're going to cover the recent escapades of TikTok's most notorious UK lolcow, Elphaba. I've not covered her in a while, and to say what has happened in the past few weeks is mental is an understatement. It's been so terrible for her, and it ceases to amaze me how low she will actually go on the platform to get any form of notoriety that she can. To those who don't know her, please count yourself lucky. But she's essentially a TikTok gremlin that crawls across all of the live channels, stinking everything up. Constantly being referred to as a lolcow because of the ridiculousness of the stuff she does. In the past, we've had her lying about Tourette's, ADHD, autism, anything that you can think of to try and get some attention. She scammed her fans by asking for money for her transition to then just go and spend all of that money on Gucci bags, which is a great sentiment. Begging all the time on live, being abhorrent in front of all of her fans, which are all young people, definitely. And instead of coming clean and, accepting responsibility for her actions, what she'll do instead is come out and have a blow off top and then end up doing something like this.
Driving me crazy.
There's hundreds of instances of that at this point, and when you see that, you kind of think, well, maybe they should turn off the live, but she never does, because that's all she can get from it. She's attention hungry, and there is no way of her coming back to get a job in the real world, let's be honest. So the best thing she could do is punch a wall in anger to prove her chat wrong. And today we have a slew of horrible instances from her, ranging from faking disabilities and illnesses once again, begging for money and lying about her problems and troubles on the app just so that she can get some sympathy votes, instances of her claiming to end her existence on TikTok Live, and much more of her lolcow self, the usual couple of weeks that anyone has on the internet. These types of vids take so much work, so if you enjoy the vid at any point, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you're not, especially if you like fresh installments of internet creeps. We've got quite a few of them to come. And for this TikTok faker, there is one thing that we should start on, which is the sertraline problem, because after all the crash outs and drama that I will go on to show, she ends up coming to a bit of a head at a situation and thinks, how can I get out of this? And her eventuality led her to get antidepressants, which is a good thing that people can get to help them feel better. I've been on them loads. The problem is, throughout the entirety of it, she's just faking her interactions and thought processes around it, just lying once again. And first off, we have her showing her medication.
You can't drink on tablets you bought online. You think I bought them online, Alex? Are you so for real? Are you alright? Are you actually okay in the head? Because they're prescribed for me. And it is under my...
So a few things here. She has a real propensity to lie, so don't trust anything she says at face value. One of the things that people were seeing here is that on her official record, she is seen as a Mrs., but then on this, she is seen as a Mr. And the names are different to previous medical records that she's shown, so she's either lying about the previous medical records, or she's lying about this. I'm no doubt that Elphaba has some form of mental troubles going on. That's very obvious from seeing everything, and I'm glad that she's gone to go check it out or even get things that can help her, but I don't understand why she's potentially lying here. She also apparently didn't have a GP registered, so how she's managed to get them so quickly, I don't know. You can buy them online. She might have just bought them online. It's not really a problem, but just be honest about it. And then in true Elphaba fashion, instead of actually, just being cordial about the situation, she just goes on the defensive.
You got debunked. Why are people lying about me, you f***ing victims? You owe me an apology now for lying about me. Alex. You won't know, because you're also a liar. You don't like being proven wrong, do you? Exactly. Why do people, like, lie? Like, seriously.
Good question. Why do people lie? Well, I'm sure there's many instances of that, including in this situation alone, which would prove that you are a liar. So I'm not sure why people would lie. This also goes on for a minute where she repeats that this Alex is a liar multiple times, and whenever she does that, she's kind of obscuring an actual fact, it turns out. So I don't know what to take of this. It doesn't really matter, but she's just weird with it. But the thing is, if you don't know about how antidepressants work, they take 6 to 8 weeks to build up in your body, so then you are able to, you know, actually reciprocate to them. But with Elphaba doing so much bad stuff, I think that this was like a one-fix-all thing, so then she just decides that it's instantly healed her, which is genuinely impossible, and now she is miraculously healed after all of this. One tablet.
I got elephants on my face. Oh. Why am I happy? That doesn't make sense. Why am I happy? That's weird. No, it can't be working that quickly. Am I just happy? Am I in the head? Like, is my mind just doing this for no reason? Am I that in the head that my mind has to, like, go into a happy mode and then... Oh my god, that's really sad.
Sorry, what? So she's taken one tablet and now she's healed. There's a big line of events of Elphaba doing this with other things, so this is just another instance of it. But now she's just out here faking mental instability and that going up or down. Oh, this is so sad that she feels happy. Like they've not even had a chance to be digested in your stomach and you're acting like you're on top of the world.
It takes months. I mean, I just feel like the placebo effect is crazy. No, yeah, but can you get me? Like, placebo effect is nuts, innit? Like, I feel fucking drunk, but I'm not. I'm tired. It's like tired feeling. But I'm happy. Like, I'm laughing. Woo-woo. But I'm not drunk.
Right, so I've taken the exact tablets before, and they don't induce any form of that. I think what Elphaba's used to is taking some sort of, like, certain things up your nose, which then make you feel happy and then drowsy. The placebo thing is real. It is a real effect, but when you know that it's not going to work for ages, I'm not sure that's a placebo. To be honest, I feel like she's just trying to tell everyone that she's now happy and in a good place and that there's going to be no drama, which there definitely has.
Because I can't explain it. I'm drowsy, but I'm laughing. Like, I'm like, send me a hate comment, I'll laugh at it kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? I'll be like, look at you.
They're going on to incite hate comments because that adds to her view count because more people are commenting. That's all she wants. She just wants the attention from it. And also she wants everyone to know that she is now healing as a person and getting better, which she isn't. Sertraline does make you feel drowsy when you actually take it, and it depends on the dosage. I think a starter dosage is not really going to induce that within 5 minutes of you taking the first pill. But then obviously this string of lying about how she feels just keeps getting better because she then goes on and says that her pupils are dilating because of it. She's genuinely done that for 30 seconds. I don't know what to do here. This is what paths that get led down to you when you're begging on TikTok for money all day.
No, I'm not even on anything. I'm on Sertraline, babe. Some of my pupils are big, babe. I'm not on Sertraline does not do that. It does. I swear, I'm not on anything. Look at my pupils. It does. You are so uneducated. Oh my god, bye. I'm leaving the door. Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, I wish she did leave TikTok live and never come back, but that was just a fake threat. In my opinion, Elphaba has always had Munchausen, which is a problem which people have where they will just pretend to be ill, have fake ailments, and then fake problems that just all, like, come up for attention. And I think what Elphaba's done here with this big pupil thing is she's just done the exact same thing. Because large pupils are something that people can have whilst on antidepressants, but maybe not within the first couple of days. And then also, in specifically with this one, it's actually to do with overdosing more than anything else. Like, I'm looking at her pupils there, and they look perfectly normal. They look the exact same to a normal person. Her pupils aren't big, but she's saying it because she's saying, oh, I'm under this thing that's changing me now, and that's the entire point. But, like, I take ADHD medication, and that is nothing compared to that. So what she's done is she's Googled the symptoms and side effects, and then she just claims that she has every single one under the in because it's helping her. It's just hilarious how obvious all of this is. So Elphaba had all of this drama and these scandals, and that led her to then decide that she wanted to change, specifically through having a conversation with ChatGPT, which, yeah, I'm sure AI knows her actual behavior. It's all on show on TikTok Live.
Like, I want to change things around. I spoke to an AI yesterday, and I know that's really sad because I've got no friends, but I'm going to change things around.
I just can't do it. I know it's sad because I have friends. Yeah, I'm sure that everyone that uses AI definitely doesn't have friends. I just love the idea that she sat on a night just on her phone having a one-to-one conversation with an AI chatbot to try and presume everything about her life so she could change it for the better. But I guess for a practical narcissist like Elphaba, the best thing that she can possibly do is talk to herself.
I'm going to take accountability and I'm going to change, and I want to do that for myself, because the thing I think people want to know is, do I want to do that? Do I want to put effort into changing? I do. I'm 21. I'm living my life online. You know, I've been put into a naughty, horrible, hate train, but I won't stop being me.
I'm glad you won't stop being you. Please stop being you and get attention for what you are doing. She's living her online life while she is genuinely living in like a homeless accommodation shelter. And now there's nothing wrong with that, but they should be going to the homeless people, not the people that are refusing to get an actual job and then just sitting on their arse 18 hours a day on TikTok Live begging for gifts. You can tell with the narcissism as well with the what people do want to know is, am I going to change? Well, no, they don't. And does she change? Well, you can see this video. I don't think she does.
I'm going to be Barbie and Elphaba at the same time. And also, I'm also going to be a trans woman happy. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go Pride tomorrow on my own. And I don't care. And I'm going to say, I'm proud. I'm going to wear the wig tomorrow, I think.
Bit of a weird mix, Barbie and Elphaba, but I guess that's something that she can go for. Do you think she ended up going to Pride? I'll answer that for you, no. And the reason why that she doesn't want to go to Pride and she refused to is because not for any form of support. She does support the LGBT community. Well, I mean, she's in it. She's trans. But the problem of what she does is that everyone in the trans community just totally turns away from her and absolutely hates her because she's a vile stain on the community. What she does is she makes everyone else presume that other people who are trans are like her, which is obviously not the case, but it's like when you're at the head of something, you are like respected and seen as on that level. And because Elphaba's like one of the most notorious trans people on the internet, everyone will look at her and think and presume that that's what other people who are trans are like, which obviously is a lie. So she didn't go because she chickened out. But the idea she even had to ask AI to give her a comprehensive thought process on what she's like really shows the type of person she is and the amount of accountability that she will deny. Also, approximately 2 days after doing her antidepressant episodes, talking about how happy she is, she then goes and posts this. I'm really starting to see my spark come back. It's nice to see and I'm so happy. I still need to go to therapy, but I'm finally getting better. She's been talking about therapy for about a year and she's never gone. And then she also is saying, well, I'm starting to get my spark back. Well, I'm not really seeing it from everything that's in here. Feel more motivated and happy and silly like I used to be. I'm so grateful for people who have given me chances upon chances. I'm 21 and just trying to fight a place in a scary, evil, big world. Very motivational. All of the people that have given you many chances, you're just admitting that you've done so much wrong. It doesn't matter if you lie to your fans and scam them. It doesn't matter if you hold up a card reader to someone to make them pay to take a photo with you. It doesn't matter if you do multiple instances of like SH on social media and flex it but don't actually do it. All of that's fine because you're Elphaba Orion Doherty and we forgive you. As someone who suffers with mental health problems all the time and someone with ADHD, it is embarrassing to see the way that she slates this entire amount of mental health problems that are going on in the UK and the world. I'm not denying that she has problems with her mental health. That's very evident to see with the way that she lashes out, but it's hilarious to a point of how like stupid she she is around it, making it look like you take one pill, like literally just one antidepressant, and then the whole world's fixed. And that's not how it works in the real world at all. So you're trying to make it in this scary big world where you haven't even started. Because, quick side note, one of the best things that you can do when you have mental health problems is you can go out and just have a nice little stroll in the streets when it is nice and sunny. Something so simple like that can really help. And unfortunately, Elphaba doesn't agree with that. And the reason she doesn't agree with that is because she's saving herself.
How many of you are like me? You got up, did makeup, and then just sat in bed because it's too fucking hot. I didn't think it'd be this hot today. I thought, okay, but if I'm going to go out on that, I'm going to feel that heat. I don't want to go out.
It's just hilarious. I did my makeup and then I did nothing all day, but I'm just sat in bed responding to people. At least she's technically doing something, but it's not really good, is it? But the reason why she can't go in the sun is so funny.
Also, I'm more susceptible to skin cancer, by the way, because of my skin condition that I have on my back and my neck. So I have to stay out of the sun as much as I can.
Jesus Christ, what do we have here then? Now, this new faking incident is actually something that is very easily explainable as just bullshit. Some people are more susceptible and due to certain ailments, but specifically with Elphaba, what she goes on about is that she's got really poor hygiene, and the reason that she's got really poor hygiene is because she just refuses to wash. So her skin conditions come from her refusing to wash. And then she goes on to say, because of the stuff on her back and my neck, also commonly referred to as either acne or eczema. And something great about both of these things that she says she can't go out in the sun because it'll make it worse is actually that going out in the sun makes both of them better. Like, her ailments could be better if she was out in the sun. So for her to just say this is just hilarious because it's such a deflection of me just refusing to go out, and she's trying to gaslight everyone else into believing her, and obviously it doesn't go well. It's just another instance of her trying to say that she's got some sort of ailment which people should feel sorry for her for, and that nobody should listen to anything else apart from her righteousness. Just admit you're too lazy to go out. That's just one instance of her lying about ailments, but obviously there's quite a few that we've got here as well. But first, let's get into a bit of a lighter note from her because she is just so depressing. Starting off with her, despite worrying about the health of herself while she's in the heat and that she can't get up and do everything, this was a couple of days ago. She's in a jacket and she's dancing around like nothing else. Well, I mean, at least the meds have kicked in, like... Nice to see that warmth is really getting to you. You had to shut the blinds because nobody wants to see that. Elphaba's also known for having bad hygiene, as I said, and one of the things that she really struggles with is actually her hair, washing her hair. And I'm not on her ear, this is something that she has said herself, but the problem is when you don't wash your hair, you get problems. In the past, she's had scabies, she's had lice so many times, it feels like, which, how do you even get them as an adult? I've never had them since I was like 5. But this time, she gets a new type of friend into her hair.
It's a spider.
How have I, in my 26 years of life at this point, never had a spider crawl across my hair, yet alone whilst I'm whilst she's straightening it? Like, what is going on there? Like, how has that spider got there? And yeah, it could be a freak accident, but I think it really delves into the poor hygiene that we got there. Maybe it saw a little dust mite and thought that it could have a little snack. But then also for the lasses out there, just the idea that she's straightening her hair after not washing it really sets me, that just feels cringe. You're not meant to do that, right, are you? You're not meant to do that. But how do you even get a spider in your hair? What is going on here? At least this time, it wasn't fleas, which she's had before, or nits. That's really the baseline that we're going for here. One of the things that she also does is that she always gets food in, but then sometimes she does cook when she's having a very special occasion, such as, you know, running out of money on TikTok Live. And I think this is one of the best examples of her just narcissism showing in full force, because apparently she thinks this is edible.
People say I can't cook. I so can. Mash. This mash tastes amazing though. I like sweet potato.
Yeah, I think people say that she can't cook for a good reason, to be honest. Like, genuinely, what is that? That gravy is... that gravy is literally a solid. Also, yeah, they got carrots, broccoli, and sweet potato. That looks beautiful. The sweet potato looks very well done. Looks like she's minced it like pork. And then she's even got a little bit of what I would presume is beef on her plate. That's beautiful. Beats any kind of beige meal that I've ever seen before. But seriously, she thinks this is good. Someone go and tell her, please. Someone go and tell her, because she needs help. That might be one of the worst things I've ever seen. And at this point, if you're wondering if she gets any better, well, yeah, there's this brilliant instance of her farting here, showing really how good her live streams are and why everyone should tune in to see her in this brilliance. Yeah, she does it again. I'm not showing that. Can you imagine clicking on someone that does a TikTok full-time, mind you, TikTok live full-time, and seeing this and then not wanting to rip your eyes out and also plug your ears in? Like, what is this pose as well? She's in bed with, like, a pillow on top of a pillow, just doing this. She's not said anything. She's just farting. She might be the next generation's, like, best person that anyone could ever watch. I think she's got a good chance of going to West End shows like she really wishes that she could do. Because this is prime tier, and who wouldn't want to have her anywhere in the West End? Absolutely everyone. One of the main sort of problems and tropes that we have with Elphaba is that she lies about absolutely everything, and she also, for attention, tries to pretend that she has ailments that she really hasn't or never will have. And of course, in the past couple of weeks, she's lied about quite a few things and tried to downplay all of it to excuse her problems and her issues. First off, we got quite a ridiculous one with her going on and talking about how she nearly got sepsis from being bullied, which, yeah, I mean, go for it.
People, I almost got sepsis in my fucking legs, the fluid going into my bloodstream from a fucking boy trying to push me over in drama.
Alright, say don't spray it, and also, why are you being so aggravated around it? I understand that bullying is not the best thing, but getting sepsis from falling over, it's something that definitely can happen, but what is she on about? I think what she's saying is she fell over and she cut herself, but sepsis is an infection in your blood that you get from something like getting cut open. It's very rare, and it's also something that you either have or you don't have. So what she's going on and saying makes no sense, because if she had sepsis, she would have had it. If she didn't have it, she wouldn't have had it. So what she's saying is that, well, she could have got it. But then by that account, you could have got that doing anything. You could literally, like, prick your finger on something by accident, or, like, maybe get impaled by a little bit of wood, a little splinter, and that would count as sepsis. So no, you got pushed over. You didn't nearly get sepsis.
Not even TikTok, it's my trauma.
Now, I'm not sure why exactly she's crying about this. It's quite distressing to see, but why is she crying about nearly getting pushed over and getting sepsis? Like, why is that a thing? Bullying is quite traumatic to people, and so is getting pushed over, but also you didn't get sepsis. So why is she trying to make it sound worse than what it was? Bullying is terrible, but come on. She surprises me sometimes, really does, and she also surprises me when she continues to batter and go on around autism. For those that don't know about Elphaba, when she was coming up on the scene, she basically went to a Autism's Got Talent dressed as Elphaba the Wicked Witch, and she ended up winning the thing. And she ended up winning the thing, well, because she had autism, didn't she? No, she didn't have autism. She just pretended that she did and went on with it. And now I'm not denying that she might have autism. A lot of the things that she does could be explained by that, but that's just traits. That's not done by a proper psychiatrist, and that's been her excuse. Well, I've had traits for it for years, so it's fine for me to go and enter a competition where only other autistic people are and beat them to it, which is crazy to just know the type of, like, lengths that she will go to just embarrass people. But once again, she's just having a crash out around the autism question because she really thinks she's got it.
Stop Googling. No, that's how my behaviour has been. I've said put green hearts in the chat every time I'm nervous. Notice that's a trait of autism as well? That's looking for validation. Shut up.
What is she on about? Putting green hearts in her live chat when she looks like she's nervous? What are you on about? How is that how is that something for autism? Well, yeah, obviously, if you're autistic, you need to put green hearts in a live chat. And the thing is as well, she's talking about looking for validation, and that kind of goes against it, because if she's saying that she understands and gets why she's asking for validation, that surely overrides the idea that she does have autism because she's aware of it. The entire point of someone who has autism that does something like that is that they're subconsciously doing it without realizing. But she is consciously realizing that she is doing this, and then having a go at people because, she hasn't been looking at the stuff on Google. She hasn't been looking at the symptoms of autism on Google. She is severely autistic, and everyone should listen to her. After years of lying about it and then sort of coagulating it all into one just mess, she will just continue to say the same thing.
Obviously, isn't it? Let's be for real. Come on. You don't want me to have autism because you don't like being wrong. I'm right, and I know I'm right. You're wrong. You don't want that, though, because you know I'm going to tell you how it is.
There we go. Elphaba is better than a qualified psychiatrist at diagnosing autism in herself. True, quite a few people don't want her to have autism because that would go against what she's been doing. But then also, she's saying that as a qualification as to it explains why I have been like I have. And to an extent, it could do by being absolutely horrible and stuff, just not thinking outside of her little bubble. But it's not right. And also, a lot of her symptoms is Munchausen. It's some form of like bipolar, if anything. It could be any multiple different things, and that's why you need a psychiatrist. You don't need to go on TikTok and shout at people because you're right that you've got autism. Why are you begging to have something that is so detrimental on a lot of people? And as someone who's neurodivergent, it is embarrassing to see such a thing.
And you'll be wrong this whole time, and then you will feel bad for messing with someone with autism and making them lose their because they can't control it.
All they're doing is telling her that she's not diagnosed autistic, which is true. She is telling the truth. Like, why is she going on this?
You're the ones who have caused all my meltdowns. Wrong. Oh, hello, dumb people. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? Wrong. Oh, talking like a f***ing robot. You're talking like robots. Boring. Next. People, where are you? My God, shut up. You're dumb. Dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. Dumb. Talk like a f***ing human, please.
She'd know all about what robots sound and act like because, well, she's having AI generative talks with them. It's so funny to see her just call everyone dumb for thinking otherwise the truth, the objective truth that she is not diagnosed autistic. But she's saying that, after all of this, after I actually get diagnosed, which she's been getting diagnosed for years and that's not happened, so she's not getting diagnosed. But after all of this, you're all going to feel so bad. And obviously people are causing her meltdowns, but her meltdowns are caused by a small group of haters, as well as by all of the scandals that she's been in the past, which now lead her to have such a short fuse and temper to be going on like this because people are saying, no, you're not diagnosed autistic. It's hilariously stupid. So she's going dumb. I think she's staring into a mirror, not a phone.
You know I'm going to be diagnosed. I already know it's going to happen. I already know that's going to happen. I already know, right, who has autism and who's watching me right now and getting what I'm saying. How I'm communicating right now. You know what I'm saying right now. You know how my brain is working right now. I'm trying to get it out there. Yeah? So yeah, you know I have autism. The people that don't have autism, they will say I won't. People with autism, they know I will have it.
What is this? So if you disagree with her, you don't have autism. But if you agree with her, you have autism. So here we are. It's 2025 and Elphaba, the only people that can agree with her, are autistic. She's not planning to get diagnosed. She's saying that she will know at the time, but it's just stupid. It's all so dumb. Put green hearts in the chat. She's just, once again, at the start, she was like, well, I'm doing this for validation, can't you see? And there she is, doing it for validation on her having autism. Maybe she does. It's just so aggressive and really weird. There's no need to be like this on on an app where people are just saying the obvious facts. So there's one of her great lies, but obviously there's plenty more, such as here where she was in chat, people were being annoying to her and getting on her nerves. So instead of her, maybe turning off the TikTok live, putting the blinds down, getting in bed and just chilling for a bit, what she decides to do, she decides to call 111 to the ambulance service because the chat has set her off. Which, what are they actually really going to do there? And why are you on TikTok live doing this?
So I felt upset in how I was feeling due to online hate. I was basically feeling like my moods were changing really quickly. So it was very like, I feel really shit a second, and then the next thing I'm all right, which is so weird. And it basically kind of just fluctuates. So something can trigger me and it can kind of like create like a really hard like situation because I can get quite aggressive.
First off, absolutely massive waste of time for taxpayers. Like, we're paying for this. We're paying for Elphaba to go and do this. Like, are you real? Are you for real? Just turn the live off and go to bed. But they're also talking about having mood swings being better and worse 2 minutes later. That is a problem that you might want to bring up with, a doctor, not with a 111 service to try and get an ambulance because you're angry. Like, what sort of brain rot is this, and why is it on TikTok live? Why is she doing this? And then the best thing I saw, because I don't know, I think this is a Samsung phone, but surely if she's on the phone, you'd be able to see the reflection of the actual like caller, so you can see that she's on the phone. That's not there. So is she even doing this, or is she just doing it for attention to try and upset people? Because look at how much they're attacking her and look at what it's led her to do. I think it might be the latter.
Like deal with. I just don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, my breathing's alright as of right now. I'm currently eating sushi. Yeah, something triggered me. It was my live chat. Some of my live chat triggered me on TikTok. No, not right now. It's just when it happens in the moment, like I can like smash things up and I can actually get quite aggressive, but not towards people, more towards myself. I cancelled that ambulance. I said, I don't want to waste your time. Like, I don't want to be wasting resources. She was like, no, it's fine. Like, just because on my records, it says I've got anxiety and depression.
Right, I do think she's just entirely bullshitting here. She's just pretending that this person has contacted her, and it is absolutely no one. Why you would fake doing this on live is the only reason is for attention, but it's just embarrassing to even look at, because why are you doing this in the first place? I've been saying for over a year now for Elphaba to go and get help and get off TikTok live, but because she sees it as her own income stream and the only place that she can get money apart from the government, she will then continue to do it again and again, hoping that everything will just get better. But she's stained a record that many times, that's not going to happen. And then in some more fakery, following up from the sertraline problems that she had, where she ended up just being perfectly fine after taking antidepressants, it's been 3 days later and this is what she has to say for herself.
I've stopped giving a These pills have helped. You know what I mean? I just don't give a time, I'll be honest. I'd rather get food. I'm hungry.
So she don't care about anything or any of the anger or hate towards her, but she's just called an ambulance, about that. I'm sure everyone who's been on antidepressants knows exactly how they work and how in 3 days you cannot change your entire personality and way of thinking. It takes ages, and then for these ones specifically, these just made me numb. They did nothing like what she's saying. It's clear that it's just for attention. Because at the end of the day, she just wants to be able to find her way in this world, like she said. So, for example, here with this one, she's caught on TikTok live doing her brilliant little begs that she does for money, because money can buy her takeaways, and well, in this one specifically, she lost her rag a little bit because no one were giving her money.
All of it. I said everything. All of it.
Like, genuinely, just get a job and pay for your own food. You don't need to be pretend smacking yourself on TikTok live to get attention. Because, there is no bad there. She wasn't punching herself. She was pretending to, because then it would make people feel sorry for her because she's not getting food. Because when you're sad, you just need to pick me up, like some nice, fresh, brilliant takeaway, because that's the best way to spend your money when you're earning barely anything on TikTok live. And with this begging, it actually sometimes does end up working out for her, and she gets the food that she wants. No one told me we'd get mukbangs for free as well. That's brilliant. That's an extra little bit of addition. I might start sending money every week so I can see her eat on live. But as she goes and spends and spends and spends on these takeaways, you'd be really surprised to find out, well, after you spend all that money, you don't have much money left, so what do? You've got to beg again.
I'm just being honest. Like, the moving, the everything, the expenses costing to move, and you don't understand. It's crazy right now. And the electric, I'm on a new meter now. I have to pay for electric.
Oh my God, you're on a new meter and you have to pay for electricity. Someone go tell someone else that they have to pay for electricity, because I'm sure that's the first instance I've ever heard of it. Also, moving out, oh, you don't understand, you don't realise. I think a lot of people realise, because I think a lot of people do end up moving out. I'm currently moved out. I spent quite a lot of money moving out, but she's living in homeless accommodation from what I do know, so you can't be paying that much, but you don't understand how much she's spent. So you've got to go and give her money because she can't do anything without it. Such as, ordering a takeaway and doing a mukbang on live so she can pay it, claim it back on tax if she does even declare her taxes.
I've got to pay for credit. I've got to pay debt. Oh my God. I'm in arrears. I've got to pay the rent of that arrears off. Oh my God. I can't actually that right now. You don't understand. Right now.
We simply do not understand right now. As someone who was in multiple £1,000s worth of debt at the age of 23, I think I do understand. But you don't understand that she's got to pay for credit and debit cards as well. You need to think she's spending money and you lot need to give her money because she doesn't have any left and she's doing credit cards, for God's sake. Making a first world problem really seem like a first world problem because, as I think everyone experiences in the world, even before you get a debit card, you experience how much things cost in the real world. And she's trying to push it on a chat to beg for gifts because she's struggling so much. And maybe you are, but you're not Elphaba Ryan Doherty, the infamous TikTok star. It's someone else's hard work and she's just trying to get it off of other people and trying to get it off of kids mainly because kids will give the money through mummy's credit card so they don't see it, but it's someone else's hard-earned work and you're on TikTok live at 18 hours a day scratching your ass and farting and you call that a career. At least as a YouTuber, you got to put some effort in, unlike what she's doing. But it's affecting her and she's really struggling, so she's gonna keep begging because it's the only income that she has.
Well, this is my income. As much as I don't want to be back on TikTok, this is my source of money. So I kind of like to, until I get a job, until I get somewhere better, then I'm on here, babe. I'm sorry, I have to be real. You do what you need to do. I've said this to the crisis team. I said TikTok is literally my income. This is how I make money. And otherwise I will literally starve. So I can't lie to you.
Now, a little bit of a porky there because she's talking about this as if like it's her only available source of income. She could try and get a job. She won't be able to get a good one because she's got no post-accreditation at her age, but she can get a job at least somewhere. But unfortunately, with what she does and the way that she says it, a crisis team is saying to her, well, you need to get off of this. And she's saying no because it's the only way I can make food. And she's basically putting it out like that where like, oh, until I find anywhere better, I'm gonna have to be here. You're gonna be here till the end of time because you want the fame and attention that it comes with. The problem is it's not the fame and attention that she wants because she's known for all the wrong reasons. She wouldn't starve otherwise because there is universal credit and I'm pretty sure she's probably already on it. But just the way that she comes across, it's so entitled to what it is as well because she's really downplaying the idea of having a career on social media. It's one of the most freeing things that anyone can have unless you're doing 18-hour live streams a day because you're trying to get money and attention.
You're right. My behaviour has been disgusting on live stream. You're right. So is other people's towards me.
There we go with the typical Elphaba qualification. Yes, my behaviour has been terrible and damning on social media, but also other people have been as well. So does that totally excuse what you did then? It probably does in your head. You can't do the things that we're going to discuss and be allowed a platform on the internet. So why would you even try and claw it back for so long now, for well over a year and a half, 2 years, and then keep doing the exact same stuff? The only way that your career's going is down the drain if you follow on with these footsteps.
There's blame to share.
To an extent, there is some blame to share. There's some people who do take it way too far with her, and I find them people disgusting. All of the people on the hate boards that go and call her a he, and then just consistently harass her, find her address, visit their address, that is just disgusting. But it's always just trying to downplay what she's actually like and what she does on the internet. She's trying to say, well, it doesn't matter because people are causing me to do this, but you're doing it on your own and you're doing the same things again and again. It's only going one way, isn't it? And then you make it 10 times worse for yourself every single time when she goes on TikTok live and has a full crash out that everyone can see while saying she wants to turn off the live. There's a great thing on your phone and it's called the off button. I don't know, has anyone else heard of it?
I was just hanging out with a friend and then I got a bit aggressive and I had to leave. I'm embarrassing myself on live stream. I don't want to be on live anymore. I just want to have a stable place.
Now, yes, that is horrible and it's not something nice that you want to see on your screens, but just the idea that she's doing this and saying, I don't want to be on live and embarrassing myself. This goes on for 5 minutes and then she doesn't go off live. Do you see where I'm coming from? The only way that she can sort out her actions that she takes from herself is to stop doing what she's doing. But she says she needs to make money, but you're not going to be making money by crying on TikTok live for attention and having a full crash out saying you're embarrassed to be here. What I've been saying for so long and what she really needs to follow on with is turn off the live when it gets too much. But it really doesn't seem like that ever, does it? She feels like she needs to do it. She's compelled to do it. And I think it's mainly not to do with money, but the fame that she thinks she wants to get in the West End. Bear in mind as well, this crash out was because she didn't get invited to a party. That's it. Yeah, that's it really. I just find the use of her platform disgusting when she has so many people who do support her. The people who do are clearly very, very young, because if they had any form of like comprehension skills and understanding and critical thinking, they wouldn't be following or supporting this person. Every situation's fake. Every situation is made a little bit worse by her. She does have many meltdowns, and she also just consistently lies on the screen in front of you, even straight to your face, and with the hilarious stuff that's so easy to disprove, like here when she's shouting about her ADHD scores. And now with someone diagnosed and currently taking medication for ADHD, I really wonder what I'm going to think about this.
What's my ADHD score for a referral? 18 out of 18, thank you.
Right, there were no real reason to shout there, were there? Didn't really say anything that could suggest anything otherwise. The easy thing that can be disproven by this, 18 out of 18. She's the most ADHD-ridden person of all time. If she was that bad, she wouldn't even be reading chat. She'd be somewhere else. And also, it's clearly something that she has just seen online once again, as she does with every single ailment that she's had in the existence of her time. You could get certain checkbox score things where you could go and check what score you've got. So she got 18 out of 18. She passed the test. She got an A star. But also the doctor's scorings, they're much higher. Mine was out of 50. There's loads out of 60, 70. There's loads of different ways and there's many consultations. But yeah, she's just claiming she's got ADHD now. I don't know why. I think it's just another way for her to beg.
No, it's not Google. It's answered 18 questions and I got 18. Fuck's sake.
It's not Google, it's a doctor answering question. Well, the doctor would not tell you what exact score you've got. And if they would and you were 18 out of 18, I think you'd already be on medication for it.
Oh my God, I just can't be fucking arsed today with people's fucking
Why is she smacking her hand with a water bottle? Because people are just pointing out the obvious. Like, I just don't get why she's smashing herself with a water bottle. How is that answering everything? Like, it is objective that she has not had this thing, whatever she has had. They've not told her that she's got 18 out of 18. That's not happened. And yeah, she might have ADHD, but is she proving it? No. Is she gonna prove it? No, she won't. So why is she crashing out about this?
Don't worry. I know I won't worry. I just want people to fucking validate me. It's not much to ask, is it? It's not hard. It's not. Absolutely not. All I want is just for the majority of people just to understand how I'm feeling right now and to put green hearts and to calm me the fuck down, because I'm going to actually end up hurting myself.
That right there, I genuinely have no words for. Saying that you are going to harm oneself because you are not getting a certain amount of green hearts to block out haters in the chat is baffling, crazy attention seeking, and also it is really, really pivotally bad. It shows the desperation that she has to make it on TikTok and to try and get as far as she can, because she is saying, I will do something like that if you don't give me attention that I want. Asking to be validated on something that she has literally just made up practically. She's just answered something, got the top score for it, for having ADHD, and then it's just constantly lying about it, about having it, even though it's not diagnosed. It's hilarious. It's just, my mind's gone from it. It's so disgusting. It shows why she needs to be taken off the app as soon as she can.
And it's going to be by an accident, because I've already hurt my hand. I need you to calm me down. Breathe.
I don't know why she's half-assing mindfulness. Like, you really need to actually, do that. That will really help. This isn't really a piss take. This is something that you genuinely should do. I just can't get over how embarrassing that is, that she's saying that she's going to do something bad to herself if you don't give her attention. Like, that is unreal. And surprisingly, from everything that I've seen from her, I've never seen her do that. But then this seems to be a thing up and coming to her sertraline stuff, where she was having loads of problems and issues of crashing out on live, which, for the millionth time, get off TikTok live. But it just continues to get worse and worse until something snaps.
I've had it for 5 years. I'm used to it. I've grown a thick skin at this point. So I tell you one thing, don't try me. I'm nuts. I'm absolutely nuts. I'm nuts. I'll bite someone at this point. You goes for me.
I mean, to be fair, she does look a bit like a biter. What's the method here, though? She's just acting so unhinged, and it's only going one way down the drain. Why can't she see any different? Why does she not think, I'm going to turn off the live for now, and I'll come back in a couple hours when I feel a bit better? And it's to an extent, with the amount of what I've seen in the past couple of weeks, I think she's trying to clip farm so that she can get more attention, which is just a crazy level of, like, loser. And then it just goes to, like, full-blown crash outs. It kind of sounded like there was something else going on there. I think she might have been on Grindr. And for her own sake, I wish that she just got off the lives and just gave up at this point and went and got attention and help, because that's what she needs. But she needs attention from TikTok Live, so it's a bit hard, isn't it? Because these crash outs turned into full-on episodes, which apparently led her to being sectioned at one point. I don't believe that, but it really got bad, as these situations lead to her to multiple times on multiple live streams bring out certain sharp objects and threaten herself with it. And obviously I can't show any of them, but I can show some of the meltdowns around it, but it's very distressing and disturbing to see. And after these meltdowns, she just goes and plays the victim card every time, like she is not the one who is brandishing sharp objects and threatening to harm on her TikTok Live.
And literally just... My quality of life is gone. I'm banned from half the bars in London because people have emailed them. So I can't go anywhere. People even try theatres. So I seriously, my quality of life is gone. Me. I beg you. Oh my God. End it. End it. I don't want it anymore. I want to... I don't want it.
Now, this is terrible, and yeah, you can kind of get the gist of where she's going at in these clips, but it's important to note that this is due to her actions. And I don't agree with people who go way too far with it at all around her. They shouldn't be really aggressively harassing her, because that is actually an offence in itself. People should want the best for her despite thinking she's a disgusting, vile person. They want her. She is clearly someone who is just way off the edge and needs help. But everything is her fault. She has brought everything up to this. All the scamming, all the drama, all the baiting out certain mental illnesses, including and especially including like depression and Tourette's, scamming people all the time. Like, it always is going to come back to her and it's going to catch up. And that's the thing. She keeps reinventing herself, saying she's going to reinvent herself. And then you see her doing stuff like this on TikTok Live, threatening it for attention, if anything, from people, but she will refuse help at every turn because she wants to keep doing what she's doing and live in Delulu land where she thinks she can become this big West End star in the theatres. But when her only source is validation, like in this, it comes across as really attention seeking, which is definitely something that she has done in the past loads of times, because it's just embarrassing to see. And I do think she might think that by her posting this sort of stuff and being live all the time, showing this stuff, it's showing her true self, and also that you should donate to her to help her out.
What truth? Because when's it going to take for you to realise I'm telling the truth when I show you my arm? Then you call that fake. When's it going to take? When it's too late, that's when it's true? Is that when it's going to be true?
And now, once again, another distressing thing from her, which really is horrible, but it's also something that she's done multiple times as well. When in the past, for example, she went to hospital and she pretended to SH herself, to hurt herself. It normalizes it on TikTok to the younger people, so then they feel more accepted in doing it. But also, with the way that she does it, she doesn't show her arm intentionally, because more than likely she has nothing on her arm. It is just a way of getting attention. Despite this, the fact she even went to the lengths of this shows that obviously there is something going on in her head and she needs help. And I hope she did get that help and does get that help. But for her to be doing this is insane, because instead of her taking accountability, she will constantly go on live and try and just ignore everything. And then when it gets too much, she does stuff like this to try and push people off her. And I really hope that nothing goes wrong with her. I want the best for her mentally, and it's looking like with sertraline it might be there. But instead of getting help she wants, she will constantly go on TikTok live and complain about stuff, and then really try to make people feel bad for even suggesting otherwise that she might be lying, because she's lied a million times before. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it is an instance of the boy who cried wolf, because she's done that much that the one time that she does something serious and actually does it, people aren't going to believe her because she's lied that many times before. But with most times with her, it's the actual person who's done the most harm that is crawling back and saying that I've taken the most damage. No, you haven't at all. Because you've just seen her like that, and then you see her attacking people like this.
Can't wait to bump into you in Soho. Cool. I'll call the police on you then, babe. If you're gonna make threats like that. I can't wait to see you either, darling. Now f*** off. Comments are off now. Because I'm getting angry and I can't help it. So leave me alone. F*** off, everyone. Stop watching me and leave.
Someone genuinely said, can't wait to see you at the place, and she's having a go at them. I presume she thinks that they're a hater. But why are you acting like this on TikTok? It's just, how many times do I have to say insane? Says she's not handling with it, and for everyone to leave the live now because she's decided that comments are off so you can all go away. But then you're staying on TikTok live because of the chance that you might get a gift. At that point, when you've turned live off and you're telling everyone to go, maybe actually turn the live stream off, because that's the entire point of a live stream. But no, if you say that you're going to see me, I'm going to call the police on you. And I also can't control my anger. Sounds like yet another issue that you need to get help for and you refuse to do.
Stop watching me and leave. And go away and let me be and let me do my nails. I want to have 600 people watch me. That's what I want. I want my normal people. I want my supportive people. I want people who watch me and not going to put pressure on me. I want people who are going to advocate for my anger issues. I want people who are going to advocate for my mental health.
People who advocate for my anger issues. Are you... joking? All right, well, yeah, we just got to accept and actually implore the fact that she's got anger issues. You're so good that you've got anger issues. I'm so happy for you. I think what you mean is accepting, but you really struggle with English language at times. That's why you say the F word all the time. I don't even have to say it, but you just want your normal followers, right? That's all you want. Well, that's not really a thing that happens on TikTok anymore because of your actions, and that's never going to change.
I'm not going to be kind to people who are going to be rude to me. I'm not going to even acknowledge your existence. So leave me the f*** alone and piss off. Have a nice day.
The have a nice day at the end really seals it for me. Like, you just be really loud, rude, angry, and then just, have a nice day. Okay, I think I will now. But also, if you're not going to pay attention to the people that are being annoying and angry to you, well, why are you doing exactly that? That's the simple thought process in my mind, which she hasn't answered, because she doesn't have an answer for you apart from it helps bring in more viewers. There's a better chance of her getting some random person, some random child that will follow her and just blindly love her. That's about it, really.
I can go from 0 to 100 and it's not even my fault. So you have to understand that I have a condition of something, and you have to understand that you have to advocate for that if you are a preacher of mental health. If you have mental health in your bio and you say you're going through mental health and you have a video about it yourself and you're saying that, oh yeah, like I have mental health and we should all love one another and care for one another, then you should do, then it doesn't matter what someone's behaviour is, you should be caring regardless of someone's mental health. It doesn't matter who they are.
Not to be pedantic, but the way that people say, I notice a lot of people that don't really look into mental health, who are either blindsided by it or are just stupid. They will say someone is suffering with mental health. Well, actually, everyone has mental health. Some people have good mental health, some people have bad. Everyone has mental health. So if you've got mental health in your bio, you're just saying mental health. It's just like stating a name. But she is right to an extent that people should care in some form about it, but they shouldn't advocate for you having a problem, not fixing it, and then having a go at people for saying maybe you should fix that problem. She just lives in this Munchausen syndrome of, well, I have a problem and nobody is listening to me, when everyone is listening and thinking, well, maybe go look at that problem. And she's like, well, no, I'm not going to look at that problem. That'd be stupid of me. I've got 18 hours of TikTok live stream today. I don't have time to look at any of that shit. As a mental health advocate, someone who suffers with depression and ADHD as well as anxiety, I go as far as to say, stop being stupid and say whether it's good or bad mental health. I do want the best for her, but I also think the best starts by her going off TikTok live, and I think a lot of people think the exact same way about it. She just refuses to at every corner. Get off the live stream, stop crying about everyone else around you, and actually focus on yourself for once.
I almost destroyed my phone because of this shit. This is not good. I'm destroying my stuff. It's not okay. You can't be doing this to me. You can't provoke me like that. It's not okay. And you know you have power to do that, and it's not okay. And the fact you choose to do that tells me what kind of people you actually are behind those screens.
Bear in mind, this is like provoking her for saying that you don't have a diagnosed ADHD when she had a go at someone. Like, that is not provoking, that's simple facts. The entire way to just blame other people for how they are reacting to you doing things is not the way to look at it. And actually, that is not caring about anyone else's mental health. To blame it all on someone else is stupid, and I think that that's really the summary that we need. As I said as well, Elphaba is currently in some form of like shared accommodation or homeless shelter, something like that, and she moved out because of her mum. She used to be able to live with her mum, but she can't anymore. And well, if any of you have seen her mum, Maria, you will probably know how outrageous and terrible she is. And well, they're having a bit of a spat on social media all the time, such as here with her mum just basically just being a twat.
What's he doing here? What are you in here for? Let's get real. Why have you just popped in? Piss off.
Talking about her daughter, by the way, there's been loads of times where she's dead named Elphaba, saying her Ryan and calling her he, which she has just done there. It's just great, innit? Just, joining your mum's live chat and then just getting batted off like that. What sort of era are we in? It's really tragic and it's so embarrassing to see.
You have to let me know when you're home and that, innit? Can't be bothered. Don't want you in here, and I heard what you said about us, which I'm just about sick of. Piss off. I haven't slept, so expect moodiness.
I've not slept, so expect moodiness. Yeah, just Ned naming and misgendering your daughter because you feel like it, because you're a little bit angry. What a brilliant way to start the day. So with all this, you'd think with how nice she is as a person, they'd had no problems of staying together, but Elphaba clears that up quite clearly.
Why can't I love my mum? She's a and that's just how it is, unfortunately. And she's got mental health. We both have mental health, and it's all small at it, and we won't do well, you know? Like, my mum, right, she is amazing, at a distance. That's how it is.
So you're saying your mum has physically attacked you, but then also she's amazing at a distance. I think that's a bit of a dichotomy there. I have no doubt that her mum's horrible, but her mum is, and her, like to take illicit substances from time to time, which makes them much worse. And I wonder where all that money went. But it's all fine because remember, we can excuse that, as Elphaba's just done, because she's got mental health. So because she's got mental health like everyone else, that means that we can ignore everything. It's just so funny how dumb it sounds.
And that's how it has to be, unfortunately. Having her at a distance is fine, but living with her, I can't personally, because we can be both be to each other. And that's unfortunate. Because I'm on TikTok live all the time as well, and this is my income. And also I sing as well. She doesn't like, I'm not saying that she doesn't like my singing, but it's a lot for her. I sang Defying Gravity for 12 years straight. You can imagine how she feels.
That is so stupid. Even halfway through her trying to explain it, she has to bite back when she says, oh, my mum doesn't like me. No, I'm not saying she doesn't like my singing. Well, no, I've heard her say loads of times that she sounds like shit. So I think she doesn't like you singing, Elphaba, but I know you want to big yourself up even when you're in this sort of position. She just can't stoop down her ego, which, how has she got one at this point?
She does not want to experience that again. I have to have my own space, you know? And people in housing know that. I've not lied to them once, because I have video recordings of like me shouting and things like that, and my mum shouting at me, like things like that, you know? I have lots of proof that I can easily send to housing, and if I was to be reported for fraud, easy.
As if she's talking about fraud, because she's worried about getting kicked out because, well, she does TikTok live, so she shouldn't be in social housing, which I think is a very good thing to say, really. Maybe that spot should go to someone that's a bit more needing of it, but I imagine that she has had enough of her mum. Yeah, I have too. But as it shows, they both love to cheat the system. Because it's evident as well, whoever's in the wrong or right, they are both just so nasty. And she, Elphaba, is probably one of the nastiest people I've seen on TikTok live. And some of the faces that she pulls just send me into a spiral.
There is a baby next door. It should not make me lose it, because I'm being for real. I can literally feel myself getting hot. This is so hard, you don't get it. Very difficult for me. Not just messing me up right now, but I'm doing a good job because there's a baby next door and I can advocate.
Clearly she's losing her head. Well, at that point, you turn off the live. It's like, I should have this as a catchphrase in this video because it is just embarrassingly sad. I mean, that's one way to take out your anger, isn't it? What is she even doing? That face is going to be in my nightmares for weeks. She is just the epitomization of brain rot, and it sends me into a spiral every single time I see it. I just think she's a really nasty person, and she needs to get off TikTok. Although I do think a lot of the hate towards Elphaba is very just and right because of all of the stuff that she's done in the past. I do think that some people do take it a little bit too far, such as here. When a certain person was posting on TikTok about getting rid of these flyers and throwing them all around the city that she lives in, which is London at the time. This is something that has happened to Elphaba quite a few times actually. It happened in Manchester where I live a couple of months ago, and then it's also happened just now. As you can see, these flyers are getting thrown about with her username saying that it's a warning because of violent behaviour, drug use admissions, exploiting children, as well as certain threats. Which I'm not going to say is wrong. Everything there is very true, to be honest. That is what she has done, and it's what we've seen already. And it's these like specific haters that go at her which really do grind my gears a bit. Like, this is inciting hate and violence, and this has a potential to go much further than what people think. I understand people wanting to know about her, and obviously I'm doing this video now because it covers her and her problems, but there's certain ways to do it, and posting stuff like this around the entire city of London is just a bit of a weird one. But this of course led Elphaba to have another crash out.
He's done these posters and you're not believing me. I hope that's enough for you. And you know how I know that journey account is, Jade? It's because they came at me in a bar in Soho and rubbed their leg against me on the bus. And I had to move seats because he wanted to go to an afters. And I left him, and he's always had a vendetta ever since.
Right, so because he rubbed his leg up upon you by accident, so you had to leave the bus, that means that they're going to be doing these posters. That's how you know it's them. That's a bit of a shady way to look at it. The person that they're on about as well, I'm pretty sure lives in Spain, so like, what is going on here? But also the person in question that they're talking about is actually a trans woman called Jenny. So there is being misgendering going on here, which is funny when you think that the entire point of what a lot of people say about Elphaba is no matter what she does, we need to give some basic level of respect. But Elphaba definitely doesn't give that back, because once she doesn't like someone, she will then go and misgender them and just totally trash her own thing because this person's being horrible. And I hope a lot of you are better than that, but that is just grim.
Hi, Orion. I hope you like the posters. By the way, it's not transphobic because, by the way, I'm trans myself, and you've actually met me once before and ignored all my advice, didn't you? Take a screenshot. Thank you.
Just totally misgendering them intentionally. It's quite funny, actually, to see. But then this person, supposedly and allegedly, has a bit of a shady past, which I've managed to try and corroborate.
This is convicted who was jailed for 9 years, who was stalking me, and any of you are advocating for that, you are disgusting and vile, and not believing me, that's even more disgusting.
So from what I can see, this person actually is a convicted forcer against another person. So in a rare state of affairs, Elphaba is actually right. Like, yeah, this person is harassing her and being way out of pocket, and also this person has a terrible past, and people are happy to look over that because we're attacking Elphaba. And that is if that's the right person, because I'm not entirely sure. And this is the thing that you get with Elphaba. She throws a lot of stuff out there just in random tidbits that doesn't make sense, and then everyone is expected to just follow along and believe her. Like I said, she is the boy who cried wolf because she's done it so many times, it doesn't make any sense. Because she just lies and lies and lies. And for example, with this one here, she is just lying about mental health problems. Because in this video that I will not show, she shows her arms as like a form of, look at me, I've been going through SH, like harming oneself. And in the video, it's either because it's very blurry or not, but she's trying to show off her scars that she has from this, but there isn't any scars. Elphaba's done this before, like when she said that she had done it and went to hospital, and then she had just like little, like she smacked herself on a table, like a bruise essentially, and quite a few other instances. And it's like, well, yeah, I imagine that she has done it at some point with the amount of time she says it, but the way that she does it and shows it to try and get sympathy as well as to show, look at what this is actually doing to me, is just based on lies, and that's why no one believes her. And you know how she's acting like she's totally fine now, she's on these certain medications. Well, I don't think that's really worked.
No one gets how my brain works. No one understands. They always come for me. They always make things up. They always f***ing lie through their teeth. They f***ing go for it. Then later on, it's going to be on the For You page, and people are going to f***ing laugh their asses off at this. You want to laugh at this, huh? You want to laugh at this, huh? Find it funny, huh? You find this funny? Laugh, then. Laugh what you f***ing want, then. Laugh what you f***ing want at me.
Like, yeah, once again, showing off scars that I'm gonna blur just in case for YouTube's terms of service, but I don't think they're just stretch marks. They look like stretch marks. They look perfectly normal. And we're all back. We'll say it again. What should she do if she's struggling so much to the point of screaming and saying everyone's putting it on the For You page? She should maybe, you know, not give them the ability to do that by not being on TikTok Live during those sort of problems. And then also maybe not saying that stretch marks are SH marks. That's a bit different, and also it makes a mockery of mental health issues. Because what people will do is they'll see stuff like this on their timeline if they're not really understanding of mental health problems and issues, and they will sort of ascertain that, well, everyone else does that exact same thing, so we can't believe anyone. And you can. A lot of people do it. It's a big problem, but not like that, and not showing it off to get attention. To me, and to an extent, I feel like quite a few of the issues could be down to certain substances being used, certain marching powder, as they would call it, that Elphaba has had in the past and done in the past and said and admitted to, and you can even see it on a nose sometimes. I would presume that maybe that might have shown a head in the past and can also lead to these sort of instability issues like you see here.
Mm-hmm. No, you go on it right now. Stop lying to me. I'm not sick of liars. Get out of my trap. Yeah, right now.
It's so funny to see her just like talk like a supervillain. Like, you are not that. You are definitely not that. Because it's also clear in everyone else's eyes that, well, this is a pattern of behavior. And it's so obvious for you to see just in this video alone, yet alone everything else that I've done. For example, we had 19 hours of content or some shit on her. And this whole video popped up around her. And it's a perfect example of where she's come to where she's gone. Because she is even reminiscing at this fact well over a year ago, begging for attention because she's lost it all from her actions.
When I was friends with all these influencers when I started out, right? And then the worst is when they all dropped me like a brick. So I was friends with like Max Belegde, I was friends with Elphaba Roberts, I was friends with all the big people. And they all just distanced. Like, brick dropped me. And I was like, hell, it's a tough industry to be in, isn't it? Like, when you do one thing out of place online, you are instantly a bad person. And it's just like, f***ing hell.
Bear in mind, at this point, she'd already been exposed to being on Autism's Got Talent and lying about having autism, yet alone with the other stuff about pretending for anxiety issues, depression issues, tics, for example. All of that stuff she had already done. So for her to be saying this and coming about like, wow, it's just this one thing that I did, it's the farthest away from the truth that you could probably be. She had a litany, an absolute litany of allegations against her over the course of 2 years. So she had this one thing that blew up, which was the Autism Got Talent thing, and that's why she got dropped by everyone. But everyone sort of saw her as a bit of a joke anyway, in the nicest way possible. So for her to be even mentioning these people and be like, oh, it's just weird how they just dropped us. Well, you weren't really there in the first place as an actual influencer. You were more an accessory.
I've got DMs with all these people. I'm never showing them to the public, but girl, be careful who you follow, is what I can say.
That's one thing I do love about Elphaba, is that she's always bragged. So, like here, even here when she's saying, I've given, like, they all drop me and they don't like me, she's like, oh, I've got DMs with these people. Yeah, I've got DMs with loads of people. Does that mean that I was friends with them? No. Like, well done. Max Belegde messaged you twice. I'm really proud of you.
Because all I'll say is I'm not that kind of person. If you ever get into social media and you get cancelled, I will never drop you like a brick. That's not what I'm like. I've been through it myself. And there are some creators on this app that do not drop you like a brick. Can I just give a special shout out to my queen, King Harry? Anyone love King Harry? King Harry is a queen. I love him.
Guess who she fell out with after that? That King Harry, yeah, dropped him. But it's just all embarrassing, performative, and the ego is massive. And for her saying, well, yeah, if you get cancelled, I won't drop you. Well, thank God. Like, I really wanted you on my team. And that's the thing with Elphaba. She doesn't understand nuance at all. So she thinks that anything that could be done is just counted as one, like, oh, you got cancelled moment. When actually, it is a pattern of behaviour that we have seen from Elphaba in the past years that stain her as to the point where, yeah, she should be cancelled because she shouldn't be on any platform at all. You can't look at this video and think for 1 second that she deserves any form of notoriety on the internet when she has done so much, yet alone everything else that has been covered on her. For me personally, just harnessing objects on live and saying that you're going to do something bad to yourself is enough to get you cancelled to the point where you just go off and seek help. But for Elphaba, she will just get on the next day and act like there's nothing wrong. She's the ultimate UK Lolcow, and she is the terrible stain that we have to live with on social media. I hope the best for her. I hope she does get better, but that only starts when she turns off the live and goes and helps herself, as opposed to, you know, pretending to take a tablet and then having a totally changed appearance and personality within 2 minutes. So if you listen to Elphaba, get help, please. If you enjoyed, as always, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. Thank you if you've come so far. I really appreciate it. For now, I've been Jake Baz, and I'll see you all later. Take care.